Good morning, grade 3. Today we will take lesson 9, comparing and ordering fractions. But before we start with the lesson, we will revise how we were comparing and ordering numbers, whole numbers. So I will use comparing when I have two numbers. I will write greater than, smaller than, or equal. And I will use ordering when I have three or more numbers. Then I will say this is the first, second, and third number. So here I have 3 and 9. Which number is greater? 9 is greater. So I will put the symbol here. 60 or 13. 60 is greater. And 102, 506. 506 is greater. So I will put the symbol. If I have the same number, for example, here 30 and 30, they are equal numbers. So I'll put the equal sign. Now for ordering, I will say which number is the first, second, and third. But I have to tell you, I want you to make the ordering from least to greatest or greatest to least. Least, it means the smallest number. So here I have three numbers. I will start from the least to greatest. So I'll see where is the smallest number. 62, 30, or 51. 30 is the smallest. Then 51. Then 62. Here I want you to order from greatest to least. So I have 73, 105, and 20. 105 is the greatest number. Then this is number 1. Then 73. Then 20. Okay. Now we will start comparing and ordering fractions. So again, we said when I'm having two numbers or two fractions, I will use comparing. I will use greater than, smaller than, or equal. And for ordering fractions, I will have three fractions or more. Then I will say this is the first, second, and third. So we will start with comparing. So I have three cases here. Sometimes I have common denominators, and sometimes I have common numerators, and sometimes I have different numerators and denominators. So for the first case here, comparing denominators. Okay, so here, I have common denominators. I will do the comparing and the ordering for common denominators. So here I have two fractions. Both of them, they have 8 down in the denominator place. So they have common denominator. Here I have 8 and 8. Here I have 9 and 9. Here 4 and 4, 5 and 5. So when I have common denominator, the first step I will cross the denominators, the common ones here, the 8 and the 8. Then I will see which one is greater, 3 or 1. 3 is greater than 1. Then this fraction is greater than this. Number 2, I have down 9 and 9. I will cross the 9. Then I will see which one is greater, 7 or 6. 7 is greater than 6. Then this fraction is greater. Here 5 and 5, cross the numbers down. 2 or 1 is greater, 2. And here 4 down. Then I will go up. Which one is greater, 3 or 2? 3 is greater. Now for ordering, when I have common denominators, here I have 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7. So here I want you to make the ordering from least to greatest, from the smallest to greatest. The first step I will cross the common denominators. Then I have 3, 5, and 1. So from least to greatest, where is the smallest number here? I have 1, then 3, then 5. So 1 is the smallest, then 3, then 5. So this is the smallest fraction, 1 over 6, then 3 over 6, then 5 over 6. Now for number 2, from greatest to least now, so I will cross the common denominators down. Then I will see where's the greatest number, 5, 4, or 6. So 6 is the greatest, so it's number 1, then 5, then 4. So the greatest fraction here is 6 over 7, then 5 over 7, then 4 over 7. Okay, now when I have common numerators, okay, here I can see that I have 1 and 1 up. So I have common numerators, and here I have 3 and 3. So again, I will cross the common number here. I will cross the numerators. Okay, then I will ask myself which number is greater, 6 or 3. 6 is greater than 3, but I have to notice that the numbers now they are down. So when I have common numerators, I will see which one is greater, 6 or 3. 6 is greater, but because my numbers are down, I will flip the sign. So I have to say 6 is greater than 3, but because the numbers are down, I will flip the sign, then it will be like this. Then third is greater than 1 over 6. For number 2, I will cross again the common numerator. I will ask myself which number is greater, 9 or 5. 9 is greater than 5. Then I will put the sign like this. But because my numbers are down, I will flip the sign. Then I will say 3 over 5 is greater than 3 over 9. Okay? Now, for ordering, I have the same number up. Then I have common numerator. I will cross the numerators. Now from least to greatest, I will look at the smallest. So I have 9 to 8. In math, 9 is greater than 8. Then 8 is greater than 2. But because the numbers are down, I will flip. So I have 9 to 8. 9 is the greatest number, but because it is down, then this fraction is the smallest one. Then this is number 1. Then this is number 2. And this one, number 3. Here I want you to order from greatest to least. So I will cross the numerators. Now my numbers are down. In math, I want the greatest is 10, then 9, then 8. But because my numbers are down, then this is the greatest fraction. Then this one, then this one. Okay. Now when I have different numerators and denominators, so I don't have here any common numerators, no common denominator. Here different, all of them we have here are different numbers. So for the first one, 3 over 6 and 1 over 2, I have to make common denominator or common numerator. Okay, to make the comparison here, I have to make common numerator or common denominator. So it's always easier to make common denominators. So here I have 6 and here I have 2. I will ask myself, can I make the 2 6? Yes, I can make it by multiplying by 3. So here I will multiply by 3. I know that 2 times 3 equals 6. But here, since you multiply down by 3, you have to multiply up by the same number. So this fraction will be 1 times 3 equals 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. And this fraction will go down. So here I have common denominators. I will cross them. 3 and 3 are equal numbers, then both fractions are equal. Now here I have 3 and 5, they are different. 4 and 16 different. So I have to make common numerators or common denominators. So always it's easier to make common denominators. So I have 4 and 16. How can I make the 4 16? I can multiply by 4. Because 4 times 4 equals 16. So I will multiply here by 4. But I can't multiply it only down. I have to multiply up and down by the same number. So this fraction, it will be 3 times 4, 12 over 4 times 4, 16. And this fraction, it will go down. Now I have common denominators. Then now I can compare. I will cross the denominators, then I will say which one is greater, 12 or 5. 12 is greater than 5, then 12 over 16 is greater than 5 over 16. Now here I have 2 over 3 and 1 over 4. I don't have common numerator, I don't have common denominator, so I have to make common denominators because it's easier. Now I will ask myself, can I make the 3 4? No, there is no numbers times 3 will give me 4. Can I make the 4 3? I can divide 4 by any number to give me 3. Now in this case, I will multiply here by this number. And I will multiply this fraction by this number. So what I will have here, 2 times 4 equals 8 over 3 times 4, 12. And here 1 times 3, 3, 4 times 3, 12. Now I have common denominators. I will cross the numbers down. Which number is greater, 8 or 3? 8. Then 8 over 12 is greater than 3 over 12. Now for number 4, this is example number 4. Here I don't have common numerator, I don't have common denominator, so I have to make common denominator here. So how can I make the 5 7? What I will multiply by 5 to give me 7? There is no number to multiply by 5 to give me 7. How can I make the 7 5? I can divide the 7 by any number to give me 5. So in this case, I will multiply this fraction by this number, and I will multiply this fraction by this number in the denominator place. So here I will multiply by 7 by 7. And here I will multiply by 5 up and down. So here I have 5 times 7, 7 times 5. Then I will have the same denominators now. 2 times 7, 14 over 35. And here 3 times 5, 15 over 35. Now I have common denominators, cross them. Which number is greater? 15 is greater than 14. Then this fraction is greater than this fraction. Then I will say that 3 over 7 is greater than 2 over 5. And here we will put the same. Here the same, and here the same. Same symbol here and here. Okay, now for ordering, I have 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1 over 4. Here I have common numerators, then I will cross them. Now I want you here to make it from least to greatest. So I have 2, 3, 4, but these numbers are down, not up. So I want it from least to greatest. So where is the smallest number here? 2, 3, 4, but because they are down, then this number will be the greatest number, and then this is the smallest fraction, then this is number 2, then this is the smallest number, so it will give me the greatest fraction. So 4, 3, 2, here number 1, and here is number 2, and here is number 3. Now for example number 2, I have 2 over 9, 4 over 5, 2 over 8. I don't have here any common denominator, so I have to make common denominators. But in this case I have 3 fractions, so what I will do here, I must have in all denominators here the multiple of 9, 5 and 8. So I must have 9 times 5 times 8, 9 times 5 times 8, 9 times 5 times 8. Okay, so here is my number is 9, and here is my number is 5, and here is my number is 8. So here the 9 I multiplied by 5 and 8, so the 2 up it will be multiplied by the same numbers. Here I have the 4, it will go down. I multiplied down by 9 and 8, so here I will multiply also by 9 and 8. And here I have the 8 here, so I will put the 2 here. I multiply the 8 by 9 and 5, then I will multiply this by the same numbers. Now I will make the numbers here. 2 times 5 equals 10, times 8, 80 over here 9 times, or wait, we will start with 5 times 8 equals 40. 40 times 9, we'll make it here. 9 times 0 equals 0. 9 times 4 equals 36. So this fraction is 360. And this one will be the same, the denominator here, because I have here 958, 958, 958. So all of them will be over the same denominator. Now I will multiply 9 times 4 times 8. I know that 4 times 8 equals 32. 32 times 9, make it here. 9 times 2 equals 18. 9 times 3, 27 plus 1, 28. And here 9 times 5 times 2. So 5 times 2 equals 10 times 9, 90. Now I want you here to order them from greatest to least. So the first step I will do, I will cross the denominators. Then I want from the big to small, greatest to least. So I have 80, 288 and 90. Then this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. So here I have this is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now we will start with check. Compare, write, greater than, smaller than, or equal. So here I will check if I have common numerators or common denominator. So here I have 1 and 3, 2 and 8. So I don't have any common numerator. no common denominator. So I will ask myself, how can I make the 2 8? I can multiply the 2 by 4 to make it 8. Then here I will multiply by 4. Since I multiplied down by 4, I have to multiply up by the same number. So now 1 times 4 equals 4. 2 times 4 equals 8. Now this fraction will go down. Here I have common denominators. I will cross them. Then which number is greater, 4 or 3? 4 is greater. Then here I will say that this fraction is greater. Okay, now for number 2. I don't have common numerator. I don't have common denominator, so I have to make common denominator here. So I have the 3 and the 6. How can I make the 3 6? I can multiply here by 2 because I know that 3 times 2 equals 6. Since I multiply down by 2, I have to multiply up by the same number. So here 2 times 2 equals 4 over 3 times 2 equals 6, and this fraction, it will go down. Here I have common denominators. I will cross them. Then which number is greater, 5 or 4? 5 is greater than 4. Then this fraction, 5 over 6, is greater than 2 over 3. Here I have 3 fourths and 5 sixths. Now I will see no common numerator, no common denominator. So I have to make common denominators because it is easier for me. Now how can I make the 4 6? I don't have any number to multiply it by 4 to give me 6. How can I make the 6 4? Can I divide 6 by any number to give me 4? No. So in this case, I will multiply this fraction by this denominator. So this fraction, I will multiply it by 6 up and down. And this fraction, I will multiply it with this number down, with 4 up and down. So here I will have 3 times 6, 18 equals 4 times 6, 24. And here I have 5 times 4, 20 over 24. Now I have common denominators. 20 is greater than 18, so 5 sixths is greater than 3 fourths. Now here I have 7, 14, and 10, 20. I don't have any common numbers up and down. So I'll ask myself, how can I make the 10 20? I can multiply the 10 by 2 to give me 20. Since I multiplied here by 2, I have to multiply up by the same number. 7 times 2 equals 14 over 10 times 2, 20. This number will go down, fraction, sorry. Now 14 and 14 are equal. Then this fraction and this fraction are equal. Now here I will order the numbers from least to greatest, from the small to the big, from smallest to greatest, okay? Here I have 3, 2, 12. I don't have common denominator, so here I have to make common denominator. So where is the greatest number? Here I have 12. So I will ask myself, can I make the 3 12? Yeah, I can make it by multiplying by 4. Can I make the 2 12? Yes, I can by multiplying by 6. So to make 3 12, I will multiply by 4 up and down. And to make the 2 12, I will multiply by 6 up and down. So here I have 2 times 4, 8 over 12. Here 1 times 6, 6 over 2 times 6, 12. And this fraction will go down. Here I have common denominators. I will cross them. Now I want from least to greatest. So where is the smallest number? 5, then 6, then 8. So here I have number 1, 2, 3. Then here I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, now for number 6. Here I have 6, 6. And here I have 3. Can I make the 3 6? Yes, I can make the 3 6 by multiplying by 2. So here I will multiply by 2 up and down. So this fraction will go down. 1 times 2, 2 over 3 times 2, 6. And this fraction will go down. Here I have common denominator, so I will cross them all. I want from least to greatest. So this is the smallest, 1, then 2, then 5. So here I have, this is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now for number 7. Now for number 7 here, I have 8, 8 and 4. I can make the 4, 8 by multiplying by 2. Here I have to multiply up and down. So this fraction will go down and this fraction will go down. Now 3 times 2 equals 6, 4 times 2 equals 8. So here I have 8, 8, 8. Then I will order from least to greatest. Here I have 7, 3, 6. So this is the smallest, then 6, then 7. For number 8 here, I have down 3, 6 and 4. In this case, I can't make the 4, 6, but I can make the 3, 6. So in this case, I will make the denominator down 24. So here I will multiply up and down by 8, up and down by 4, up and down by 6. So here 3 times 8, 24. And 1 times 8, 8, 6 times 4, 24, and 1 times 4, 4, and 3 times 4, 18, 4 times 6, 24. Here I have common denominator. Then I will say, where's the smallest number here? 4, then 8, then 18. But if you can't think of a common number that you can make the 3 numbers down, here you can make the 324, and you can make the 624 and the 424. In this case, you can make as we did before. You will make the denominator the multiple of 3, 6 and 4, 3, 6 and 4, 3, 6 and 4. Then here you have 1 up. Then you will multiply the 1 by 6 and 4. Here you have also 1 up. You will multiply it by 3 and 4. And here you have the 3 up. You will multiply it by 3 and 6. Then you can find the numbers here, and then you will have the same order. Okay, now for number 10, compare, write greater than, smaller than, or equal. So for number 10 here, I have 12 and 2. How can I make the 2 12? I will multiply it by 6, but I will multiply up and down. So this fraction will go down. 1 times 6 equals 6, 2 times 6 equals 12. Now here I have 12 and 12. I will cross them from down. 6 is greater than 5, then this fraction is greater than this. Here for number 12, how can I make the 3, 6? I will multiply the 3 by 2. Then here 3 times 2 equals 6 and 2 times 2 equals 4. Okay, now here I have 1 over 6 and 4 over 6. I will cross the common denominators down. Then I will say 4 is greater than 1. Then this fraction is greater than this. Then 2 over 3 is greater than 1 over 6. Now for 14. Here I have 7 over 12, 3 over 4. How can I make the 4 12? By multiplying by 3 up and down. I will have 9 over 12, and here I have the same fraction. I will cross the common denominators from down. 9 is greater than 7, then this fraction is greater than this. Then 3 over 4 is greater than 7 over 12. And here the last one for number 16. Here I can't make the 3, 8. And I can't make the 8, 3. So in this case, I will multiply here up and down by 8 and here up and down by 3. I will have 9 over 24, 16 over 24. I will cross the common denominators and I will have 16 is greater than 9. Then this fraction is greater than this fraction. Then 2 over 3 is greater than 3 over 8. Now you can solve 18, 20, 22 and 24 and check your answers from here. Okay, now B, reasoning and problem solving. 27. Trent, Katie and David are each making a dozen magnets. David has half of his completed, Katie has third of her completed, and Trent has 7 over 12 of his completed. Who has the greatest part completed? Who has the least? So I'm asking about greatest and least. So here I will make comparison between the fractions. So to make the comparison, I must have common denominators. So the first one for Trent, 7 over 12, and for Katie, 1 over 3, and David, 1 over 12. The greatest number here is 12. How can I make the 3 12? I will multiply up and down by 4. 1 times 4 equals 4, 3 times 4 equals 12. Here I have 2. How can I make the 2 12? I will multiply up and down by 6. 1 times 6 equals 6 and 2 times 6 equals 12. Now I want the greatest. Here I have 7 over 12, 4 over 12 and 6 over 12. So I have common denominators. So where is the greatest number? 7, 4 or 6? 7 is the greatest, so 7 over 12 is the greatest. So who has the greatest? Trent. And here I want the smallest. I have 7, 4 and 6. 4 is the smallest, then 4 over 12 is the smallest, then Katie has the smallest.